Hey Evil Dead fans, this is tutorial 11 on how to make Ash's chainsaw hand. Now what I have in front of me is the chainsaw bar that I bought. It's a 20-inch bar, and if you're going to do the one from Ash vs. Evil Dead or Army of Darkness, what you want is to buy one with this tip extension. That's what you want to get. I've already stripped it down, stripped all the paint off. It takes hours to do. Now, I haven't painted it yet. And just because I want to show you how to install this. First thing you do, since you have your hole drilled for this piece here, if it's at the right height, and you don't have to use a spacer, or if you have to use a spacer, make sure you buy a bolt and a nut that is high enough so it can fit through. You want to put that on. Before you put that on, you want to have this off, and what you want to do is put the chain on the bar. And you want to see how far this bar has to go against this to connect. So you get kind of a guideline if you do need a spacer or not. Now, after you've done that, and you've put the bracket back on, and you've put this back on, you know where it's supposed to sit. Sorry, it's sitting here. Then you want to put this up here, because this bar is gonna sit about right here. It really just depends on how big of a chain you have and a bar that you have. This one's kind of a universal one, so it just really depends on which one you get. And notice the grooves fit together where that chainsaw blade is going to go, or the chain or the blade, whatever you want to call that. Then once you have it sitting on there, well actually when you have it sitting on there, you want that chainsaw chain or blade on it, on the bar. And then you want to wrap it around that notch right there and pull it out as far as you can to see where it needs to be. Then you mark your holes. If you're going to have it facing up, facing down, whatnot. Then you take that off, the bar and the chain. You take this off, since it's marked, then you drill your holes. And these holes are actually bigger than the ones the bolts I'm going to use. These are a 1-inch hole. These are way bigger bolts, and that's fine. But when you're picking out a bolt for your bar, so it doesn't want to fall down on you and you have to reset it every time you mess with it, you want some that barely fits in that hole. I mean, it barely fits in the hole. I actually had to do some sanding on the inside here to make sure these fit all the way through. You want a nice good stiffness with this bar because there's a lot of weight to this. Now once you had your holes drilled here, go ahead and put your bar and blade on here, fasten it on there. See how you like it, see how it fits. The next step is to drill the holes for the guard, because you want to make sure that guard is out about like this, like that. And since these holes are oversized drilled, these nuts fit in, or these bolts, where's that one I had? These bolts will fit in there just nice and tight. And what you want to do is when you put it together, you want them coming face up with the nut on the outside. Now they're a little close, but I didn't have a lot of room to work with since this is a universal bar. Once you've done that, go ahead and put the chain back on the bar, and you may need some assistance. It's nice to have an extra pair of hands to get it right. You want to position that right. Actually have somebody hold the bar where it needs to be. Put that back on top, and then push those bolts back through and tighten down with the nuts. And then that's where your chainsaw bar will fit. The secret is to make sure that you have this in the right position. It's about like that on mine. That's a secret for that. So that's how you install the bar. Now, it's all apart just because I haven't finished up the paint and everything. I'm going to do the final installation once the paint's done with this and the paint's done with the chainsaw bar. Now, when you sand down your chainsaw bar, most of the time when you buy one or you order one, it's going to be covered in paint. You're going to have a logo over here. I think this one was an Archer, Australia. It was from Australia. There's a guy in Minneapolis that sells them. But I needed this look here. Now, when you sand it, go to your hardware store and buy the sandpaper that lasts longer than other sandpaper. It's it's a 3M brand. It only costs $5 to buy. It's only 3 sheets that you need. It's a coarse, it's a medium, and it's a light. So I went over and sanded everything down with the coarse, then went back down over everything with the medium, then the light. Now you can see there's paint here and there's paint here. That's fine because that's all going to be blackened in. So I didn't worry about stripping that down. You want to strip down those edges the best you can. But you want to get both sides unless you're doing an Evil Dead one. If you're doing an Evil Dead chainsaw, you don't need to strip it down. You can just paint it black. But that's it for now. That's how you install the bar. Like I said, you want to make sure that notch fits right along with that notch. If it's too low, that chainsaw blade is going to be off. And you might be like this, or you might be lower. That's why when I see people, when it's connected this way, and you can tell some people who've made them that it's connected to the body somehow, and they didn't put the gears back in it, and that looks like complete garbage. If you're gonna do it right the first time. Be happy with it. Don't be hiding aside. Don't be wearing a damn glove when you have it. You don't want to wear a glove. You want your hand hidden. You want to look like Ash's chainsaw hand from any of the movies or any of the TV series. Now, I'm going to do a giveaway when I start doing the book. I only have, I think, about 3 or 4 more videos on how to finish up this chainsaw hand. And then we're going to start the book. But I do have a giveaway. The book that I'm going to make, I'm going to give it away. But it's going to be given away by answering a few questions. Who can answer questions? And I'm going to give you one of the questions right now. In season 1 of Ash vs. Evil Dead, they say there is 0 reference to Army of Darkness. That's wrong. There is a reference. If you can answer this question, from season 1, Ash vs. Evil Dead, there is a reference from Army of Darkness. If you can put in the comments what Ash said and what episode it was, that is the first step in winning the book. So, if you can do that, if you know your Ash vs. Evil Dead, if you're a fan, you'll know what it is. So, the question again, in season 1 of Ash vs. Evil Dead, there is 1 reference to Army of Darkness. What episode is it from, and what does he say? That is the question. And there's going to be 2 other questions. The other 2 questions, the second question is going to come at the end of when this is done, the chainsaw hand. And then the third question will be when the chainsaw hand the Evil Dead book will be started. So you guys have a great day. If you have any questions, just put it in the comments. And I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Have a great day. Bye.